We're going to be taking some notes today. Make sure you have your composition notebook, a pencil, and I use 2 crayons for highlighters. Today we're going to be talking about multiplying decimals by decimals. And we're going to use a lot of place value understanding to help us. And at the end, if you're struggling with place value understanding, I'll show you a trick. I don't really like us to use the trick, but it can help if we're struggling with some of our multiplication. So please title your paper, Multiply a Decimal by a Decimal. And just like I said before, we're going to use place value understanding to estimate and check for reasonableness. We're actually going to use our place value understanding to know the correct placement for our decimal point, but I'll show you that in a few minutes. So please write, use place value understanding to estimate and check for reasonableness. And that word is reasonableness. I know my handwriting is not that clear. Let me spell it for you. REASONABLENESS. Reasonableness. We're going to multiply 2 and 46 hundredths by 8 tenths. So please write 2.46 times 0.8. Our step 1 is going to be to round to friendly numbers. Round to friendly whole numbers. And estimate. Now, when we're rounding to friendly whole numbers, we want to get as close as we can to the numbers we're multiplying, so we may not always round correctly using our rounding rules. So I want to think about 2 and 46 hundredths. It's between the whole numbers 2 and 3. And 8 tenths is between 0 and 1. So I'm going to use those numbers to multiply. First, I'm going to multiply 2 times 0. If we rounded 2 and 46 hundredths down, 2 times 0 is 0. And then I'm going to multiply 3 times 1. And 3 times 1 equals 3. Now, what that tells us is that the answer is going to be between 0 and 3. And that is really important. The answer will be between 0 and 3. And at the end, we're going to come back and look at these numbers so we know where to place our decimal point. So let's highlight that so when we go back, we know where to look. The answer will be between 0 and 3. Okay, step 2. Now I'm going to remove the decimal from both numbers. So we'll remove the decimal points from both numbers. And that's going to give us whole numbers to multiply with. Remove the decimal points from both numbers to make whole numbers. I'm going to rewrite my problem, 2 and 46 hundredths multiplied by 8 tenths. When I remove the decimal point from 2 and 46 hundredths, I get 246. And when I remove the decimal point from 8 tenths, we get the number 8. We don't put the 0 in front of the 8. I'm going to turn my page because I've run out of room on my digital page, but hopefully in your notebook, you still have room. And if not, it's okay to go to the next page too. Now let's move on to step 3. We're going to stack and multiply using standard algorithm. You may also use partial products or area model if you are out of practice with standard algorithm, but standard algorithm is the method that we should be using in 5th grade and beyond. We're going to stack our numbers 246 times 8 and multiply. First, we'll multiply 8 times 6, which is 48. I can keep the 8 in the ones place, and then I have to carry the 4 into the tens place. 4 times 8 is 32, and then we add the 4 to give us 36. I get to keep my 6 in the tens place and carry the 3. And then 2 times 8 is 16, and we add the 3 that's in the hundredths, excuse me. And that gives us 1,968. Now, if you need to review standard algorithm multiplication, there's another video for that. Step 4. We're going to replace the decimal point using our place value understanding. We're going to go back and use the estimate that we created in step 1, Replace the decimal using the estimation from step 1. Replace the decimal using the estimation from step 1. So I'm going to rewrite my original problem, 2 46 hundredths times 8 tenths equals 1,968. Now that is not correct. There is no way a number close to 2 and a number close to 1 would give us over 1,000. When we go back to our original estimation, we see that the answer should be between the numbers 0 and 3. That's a pretty small number compared to 1,900. We're looking to put the decimal point where it makes sense for a number between 0 and 3, which is not at the end. It's not between the 6 and the 8. It's not between the 9 and the 6. The decimal place should go between the 1 and the 9 because this gives us a number that is between 0 and 3. 1 and 968 thousandths is more than 1 whole, it's less than 2 wholes, and that's between 0 and 3. If we put that decimal point anywhere else, it would give us a number close to 19, a number close to 196, or a number close to 1,968. So remember I told you at the beginning of the video that place value understanding is the most important thing when we're multiplying decimals. But if you're struggling with your estimation, here's the trick that we can use for now as we get into practice with rounding and estimating. So what we'll do is we'll bounce the decimal out of both numbers. And when I say bounce, it means to move the decimal out to give us a whole number, and we count it as we do it. That's what the bouncing is for. So move the decimal place out and count the number of bounces. It's not really a mathematically technical term. I'm going to move the decimal out of 2 46 hundredths 2 times, and then 1 time out of 8 tenths to give us whole numbers. And then I'm going to add those number of bounces together. And there were 3 total bounces. And again, this is a math trick, which doesn't always lead to deeper understanding. We only use this if we really don't understand how to estimate. So then what we're going to do is we're going to start at the end of the answer and bounce the decimal back in the same number of times. So when we multiplied using whole numbers, we multiplied 246 by 8, we got 1,968. We're going to put the decimal point at the end where the 8 is, after the 8, and then we're going to bounce it into the left 3 times. 1, 2, 3. And then the decimal point is going to go between the 1 and the 9, just like in our original answer. And I'm going to erase where we started from. So it gives us the same answer, but it's kind of a math trick. I've said this multiple times, which means it's really important. Using place value understanding leads to better understanding. Using place value leads to much better understanding, so only use this trick if you really have to. Thanks for watching.